Yeah, so my name's Kevin Brown. I'm a contracts and legal manager for a big electronics firm. I'm 58 years old, father of two grown-up children in their 20s, and I've sort of had varying degrees of fitness through my adult life. Sometimes very fit, sometimes I've really let go, and I like a drink sometimes, etc. So just to give you a flavour of me, yes. So I've been working from home since March 2020, since the first lockdown. So I've been pretty much at home, and through the winter, especially last winter from 2020 to 2021, I've just been working at home, and I got more and more sluggish. So I do go running, but even that tailed off a lot. I was really unenthusiastic about it. I lost all my enthusiasm, and I was gradually eating more and more. So I'd be eating a lot of, not a lot of snacks, but tending to eat, say, fried things in the morning. I'd have bacon sandwiches, sausage sandwiches, and it was creeping up. So I think between from the end of last December through to about March, early April, I think I really piled on the weight, and I was starting to look quite chubby. My stomach was bulging out, worse than ever, really. And I wasn't feeling fit as well. I'd really just didn't even have the enthusiasm to go running, and I was just lost all enthusiasm. I was fairly bored and sort of fed up with the not going out, just being stuck at home, not seeing anybody, no socialising or anything. So I kind of lost my sort of oomph a bit, if you like, just enthusiasm for things, and I was getting really sluggish. So then it got to a point where I thought, got to do something about it. And we had occasionally sort of seen emails from you since you used to do the lunchtime sessions where I used to work, and they work very well. So then we got talking, and I thought, the running doesn't work anyway. Literally is bending over, doing up your shoelaces, and having that paunch in the middle that compresses you. That's probably the worst of it for me. Yeah, I was certainly noticing that my clothes were becoming noticeably tighter. That's when alarm bells really started, because my size fluctuates a little bit, but it was getting out of hand. And then I think I saw one or two photos where I could really see my stomach bulging out, which doesn't look great. I didn't think anyway. I mean, the thing for me about being a bit, if you get overweight, is I'm not a tall guy, I'm 5'8", so I think it looks even worse on someone like me compared to somebody who's 6 foot. Could probably get away with it, but yeah. I mean, the first thing is the obvious of the change in shape. I'm sort of slim like I was probably back in my 30s now. I don't feel like I've been as thin as this for quite a number of years, even probably a couple of decades, I would say. That's the first thing. And then the second thing was I had a lot more energy. I could feel the fitness and the movement, the flexibility, the ability just to move, and sheer fitness. And it's gone through steps. There was a time when I started, drinking 2 litres of water, for example, and I felt amazingly energized after that. I had sort of energy right through the day. I could do stuff right up into the evening. I actually did a sort of private surfing lesson. I've never done surfing before in my life, and it could be quite daunting at my age, being 58, but I built up enough fitness that it was fine. The lesson went fine. I didn't even feel tired at the end of it. So that was kind of amazing. And even where I have been doing I don't do so many runs, I don't need to now, but when I do the occasional run, my pace a couple of times, especially in the warmer weather, was significantly better than any, apart from one exception, was noticeably better. It was quite incredible. I was running at an intense pace for about 7 kilometers. So first of all, I started out, I was probably about, in kilos, something like 87, 88 kilos. I'm now between 79 and 80 in terms of sheer weight. And then my measurements have come down around my waist by a couple of inches. And things like my bicep measurements and thigh measurements have actually gone up by about an inch. So my arms are actually slimmer looking, but probably, they're not huge, but they're slimmer and more toned, if you like, and any flabbiness has gone there. So they were the two sort of massive noticeables for me. Just a change of shape, I guess. I wasn't too worried about the weight. I just wanted to change shape, really, and get to a reasonable shape. I'd say the first thing is the amount I've learned that I just didn't have a clue about before. And I've, for the first time ever, I've actually found a sort of program where I can steadily lose weight sustainably without even particularly feeling hungry, because I'm sticking within a calorie limit. But I started out eating whatever I wanted, but just shutting off once I sort of hit a reasonable limit. So it's that sustainability and being aware not to sort of snack uncontrollably. Just try to stick to a few main meals a day, and avoid anything too extremely sugary, or but so not go to not be too limited in what you eat, but try and be a bit more sensible. But it's the sustainability of it. I've been patient, so the weight's gradually gone, but it is going, and in such a way that I felt I could continue that literally for the rest of my life. And that's the first time I've ever been able to find a balanced way of eating like that. It's actually working. Even when I've had a couple of weeks of being injured where I couldn't exercise, I still actually lost a little bit of weight, it seemed. I didn't increase in weight. So that's the really sort of dramatic change for me. The biggest difficulty has been monitoring the calories, because I realized that was important, not to try and really understand how many calories you're getting as you eat. So I was using the MyFitnessPal app, but it was maintaining, first of all, the discipline to enter what you eat through the day. That's a little bit of an imposition. It can take up a bit of time. So that's quite, you need to really get into just a habit of doing that. I mean, the main thing I'd say is that what really does help enormously is having someone else that can actually motivate you and keep on your back to keep doing it. Because if you just rely on your own, I suppose, willpower, it's quite easy to miss sessions and slacken off. Whereas even if you could know how to do all the editing, you're probably less inclined to, a great deal less inclined to. So I think that's the thing. So even if you're going to go to a gym, is still consider having somebody who can monitor you and direct you. But I, as an individual, I don't have the knowledge either. It's that extra knowledge I'm getting, say, from you, that frankly has made the difference. Sluggish, fed up, unmotivated. Now I'm in a very energized, kind of feeling pleased, I suppose, with the shape I'm getting, and surprised. Surprised that I didn't actually think I would be necessarily get anywhere, but I think those are three reasonable ways to describe, three reasonable descriptions.